Hi everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Today I want to talk to you about our Friday Heart Letter. Our Friday Heart Letter is called Depression During COVID-19. No darkness is too dark for God's light to shine through. And I want to start off by reading a small portion of her letter. And it starts off, "Hello, beautiful soul. You never thought you would end up here. To be honest, you didn't see it coming. Right before you realized your own condition, you knew things were perfect, but you thought you were just readjusting after some hard years. The truth is that you were fine, or at least that's what you kept telling yourself. How many of us have been guilty of telling ourselves we are fine when in truth we're not? I know I've been guilty of that, and this young soul obviously was guilty of telling herself that she was fine. So, as you read this letter, you will see how this young soul walked through this season of, finding out that, she wasn't fine and realizing that she wasn't fine and God showing her that she wasn't fine. And so as she walks through this season, at the beginning of her letter, she lives in a world where everything is normal, where everything, everyone can gather, she can be around people. But unfortunately, the pandemic hit and everybody had to self-isolate. And so she finds herself more alone, physically alone, than she had ever been before. When she thought that God was going to use the people around her just to surround her on daily basis, or, maybe not on daily basis, but to be there for her more presently than before, she finds herself that she can't do it. However, God shows himself to her in a way that she had never expected. As she walks through this season, she learns to see God in a different light and what God can do for her in a different light. At one point, she even prays for God to heal her, right there and then. And it wasn't that God couldn't do it. It's just that God didn't want to do it that way. He wanted her to walk through the season in a different manner. So I just want to encourage you. I don't want to give you more about this letter because I want you to go and read this letter. It's it's a very touching and very amazing letter of how this young soul went through this season, and just, she saw God through it, through it all. And, I just want to encourage you that if you're walking through the season, or if you know of somebody who's walking through a season of depression, share this letter with them. And as you're reading it, or as this person reads it, just, pray that God can heal the heart. God can heal the heart and the mind. Because yes, as this young soul was walking through depression, she thought that her life was in complete darkness and there was no way that God could reach her there. But God is the God of the impossible. God is the God that can do things beyond our understanding. And God is the God who can do the miraculous. So I just want to encourage you to read through the letter. And as you're reading the letter, pray that, every heart and that your heart will be touched and that your heart will be healed through the process. I know that it might be a hard season, but please don't stay alone. Please find somebody. Yes, this young soul was physically alone, but that doesn't mean she was spiritually alone. She talks about having people there praying for her over the phone, and people reaching out to her just to pray for her. That is what God does in the when we can't find the physical way, God can find the spiritual way to just come and surround us through the seasons. So I just want to encourage you to read this letter, share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with your coworkers, share it with everybody. I mean, just with everybody. And, my hope is that it reaches and that it touches your heart just like it touched my heart. And I want to finish off by reading exactly her last words. "My dear young soul, you are not alone, and your darkness is not too dark for God's light to shine through. Let your heart sing, hallelujah, it is finished. Hallelujah, it is done. Hallelujah, it is finished. Hallelujah, it is done." What a beautiful way to say this, because Jesus took everything to the cross and everything was finished. Everything was done by the cross, by the power of that cross, by the sacrifice that was done on that cross. So my hope and my prayer is that this letter will be a blessing to you, that this letter will be a blessing to you and those who read it. And also, as you're reading the letter, listen to the song by Bethel that's called "For the Cross," where these words, the last words of her, of her letter are coming from. She mentions that song in her letter. Go and check it out. Go read the letter, listen to the song. Let it be a blessing to those to you and those around you. Have a blessed Sunday. Bye-bye.